here I am again, still alive, and so's the cat. Uh, and still huge amounts of darkness on the right side of my face, even though look, ceiling bulb has been replaced. So I guess I just have to do this at a different time of day. Um, Interesting day. Spent the day training for a gig with training for doctors, and we go in tomorrow at 7:30 and do it. And it's as close to an acting gig as I have right now, and it's a great gig. It really is. And I have a friend that does it, and he's kind of in the same situation I am as far as finances and things going on. And he appears to have kind of turned things around by becoming an Uber driver. Lousy credit, was able to get a car, drove it off the lot with no money down, and now he's driving for Uber and making $300-400 every couple of days. Sounds like a way to go, and I'm terrified, but I may just check it out. I do have a ticket on my record, I think, from a road trip I did last year, driving a rental car through Texas, and because I had different plates on it, they say I was pulled over for that because I don't think I was really. I was going regular speed limit, but it was early morning. The sun was coming up, and I was driving through a construction area, and the speed limit had changed, and I didn't see the change and was pulled over. So I don't know if that's on my record or not. I have to check into that, and I don't know if that's going to keep me from being an Uber driver or not. And then just messing around with this, I discovered that it wasn't going to the YouTube channel that I thought I had. It was going to the Google email that I have for this, and yet for some reason I had hooked it up wrong. Apparently you can make different channels through your YouTube, through your Gmail account. And I had created a different channel and didn't realize it wasn't going to that channel. So I'm going to post this in both places, just in case someone was actually watching. Although I think I've only had two or three views. That might have been me checking on it. Might actually be somebody stumbling across it. And maybe someday this will actually be something somebody will want to watch. But it is going to be at the THE David Beach, BEACH, Light. I'll do that again without the yawn. It is almost midnight. The David Beach Light. THEDAVIDBEACHLITE at youtube.com/. And these will improve once I get a little standardized, once I get a little a life, once I get moved, once I figure out what's going on, and I can get some normalcy back to my life. Right now I'm going with the Green Arrow look. The hair, what appears to be an attempt at a goatee that is far more gray than I expect it to be. And just things going on. Dealing with art night, and that seems to be going surprisingly well for not knowing what's going on. It's definitely going to be fun. It's always been fun. I didn't expect it to be as uncomplicated as it has seemed to be. And I think I'm getting the gears in place to make the next one even less complicated. That being said, the event hasn't happened yet, and who knows what events will arise. But there comes a point where, just like any play, once it gets on stage, you just kind of step back and hope that all the tape holds. So that's coming up. Final few days coming too, and a few snafus with lining up schedules for that, just because I need the money and I'm doing freelance gigs, and of course they overlap quite frequently. What else is going on? I don't know. Every once in a while you just get this wave of hope, this wave of enthusiasm, this wave of faith, as it were. And out of this pit, I don't think technically I'm depressed. I'm situationally depressed at best. Just because the crap that's hitting the fan right now is crap that's hitting the fan. And in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. And I think that keeping that viewpoint is what keeps me going. But I definitely have been screwing up things here and there, and it could pretty much be pointed to the fact that there's a depression of kinds. I mean, it's not dark. It's not like I'm, suicidal. Not even close. Never would be. But it is that sort of trapped in an alley with no possible escape, and that futility kind of sets in and makes you just realize that, well, what good's it going to do this? I mean, that's the only thing I can rationally come to the conclusion of as to why I haven't done some things that might get me out of the hole. But it's a big hole, and lack of forethought on my part. It is that avoidance of issues. I apologize for yawning so many times during this, and I'm not going to edit them out because that's not what I'm doing. But it's putting off stuff that you know is going to be unpleasant, or just facing it as unpleasant, and the only way to deal with it is just to face it. And I go through phases of going, I've got to face it, I'm just going to plow through this. But yet I know it slows you down when you're not really thinking about it. You just don't jump on it. And maybe it's just I've got so many things on my plate right now, I can't focus on the little stuff. That the little stuff keeps coming, so you got to deal with it. I don't know. Here I am. So that's it. This is going to both sites, and if there is anybody out there watching, I feel like I'm part of the Walking Dead, calling it dawn, seeing if anybody's there. All alone. If anybody does watch, go check it out at the David Beach Light, because that's where it's going to be. And who knows? I may put you to sleep with the yawns. This will all change, and it'll be fun, and then there'll be comedy, and then there'll be things I do. I don't know. Go to davidbeach.com, thedavidbeach.com, TheDavidBeach.com, and see the stuff I do. I make a living doing stuff. Not much of one right now, and that's part of the problem. And on that bombshell, have a good night.